For 2026, I will be competing in the US Investing Championship. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing is trying to set world record returns. Now, we're going to be getting as many outliers as possible to trade along with us. And we're going to learn from this video today from Dan Zanger, somebody who had incredible returns. I've heard millions of % returns. And this video is called Dan Zanger Breakout Trading Strategies with World Record Returns. So I want to learn from Dan. I want to implement that into our trading plan. And I want to make Masters of the Universe money in the US Investing Championship with you for next year. So let's watch this together. And we're going to be playing Big Money Bingo today. That's right. Put hashtag outlier in the chat so you can win in Big Money Bingo.
Dan Zanger. Although not an author, Dan is very highly regarded and has appeared in numerous literatures. He also produces the Zanger report on the website chartpattern.com. Dan, however, gained notoriety for record-holding returns when he turned just over $10,000 into $18 million in under 2 years.
Whoa, that's impressive. That's really... Imagine you started with like an extra zero on that. That'd be $180 million. I mean, just taking $100,000, making $180 million in 2 years. That's like lottery money. Now, here's the other thing, right? I have heard that he blew up his account. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe he'll discuss it in this video here. But one of the things we as traders need to do is not F up our accounts, right? Not F those up. And figure out how to earn the money and keep the money for a lifetime. I like to say this is something new we're implementing called protect the family. All right, protect the family. Protect your family, protect your account, all of your dollars in your account. Imagine they have a whole family inside of your account, right? Protect the family. That is our number one goal, as 90.9% of men who watch this channel all probably have a family that they want to protect. Protect the family. So let's watch this together.
His returns hit the media spotlight soon after the performance was audited and proven through his IRS records. Let's take a look at how Dan achieved such gains and learn from the method which he continues to use to this day. And please, if you find value, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to see all our future videos.
I agree with that. This is a fantastic channel. You should definitely sub their channel.
Dan was raised in the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles. He later began college but dropped out to eventually become an independent contractor, building swimming pools throughout California. In 1997, Dan sold his car for $11,000 with the sole goal of using the capital to become a full-time stock trader. He soon created millions from his investment and left contracting behind for good. In the years prior to making his fortune, Dan studied the works of William O'Neill, cementing a bias towards specific chart patterns accompanied by increases in volume. Dan himself said, "Over the last 25 years, I've spent over 30,000 hours studying every type of chart pattern formation imaginable. From cup and handle patterns to falling wedges, ascending triangles, bull and bear flags, and too many others to list here now. And lucky for us, these patterns repeat over and over and over."
So I'm glad that he mentioned that. We've talked about this before, and I really want to stress this point, right? If you want to be world-class at anything, you can't be normal, right? What he's describing right there, 30,000 hours of studying all these different chart patterns, that's not normal, right? And being normal and being world-class is something, they're mutually exclusive, right? You have to sacrifice whatever it is to achieve that goal. And to that point, Dan did exactly that. He sacrificed whatever free time he had, whatever family time that he could have been doing to work on these patterns because he wanted to be world-class. And I want you to be that way too. I mean, I would hope that people think that for me, because I love trading, but I don't like patterns. I feel patterns are very subjective. I feel patterns are, what's a good way to put it? They're open to interpretation, right? You may see one pattern and I may see a completely different pattern. So I personally prefer data. I prefer moving averages. I prefer back testing. And granted, this was what worked for him. You need to find something that works for you. That's where I was going with that. But then become world-class at that thing that works for you.
Again. Recognized primarily as a momentum trader, Dan applied his strategy during the tech bubble era, whilst applying considerable leverage. The results he achieved were audited by a company called Efron. We can see here a letter Dan received from Efron confirming his results. The audit confirmed an astonishing return of 29,223%. This dwarfed the S&P 500 index return of just 23% over the same period. Clearly, returns of this magnitude do not come without significant risk. But just how much risk did Dan take? How close was he to blowing up his trading account? When asked about risk, Dan is quite vague. Although in October 2000 his account dropped by as much as 32% in one day, and at one point during a bear market, his portfolio had a drawdown of 75%.
Maybe that's the legend I had heard of him. Maybe it is. I don't know.
To say he is more of an offensive rather than defensive trader is probably accurate. Although when asked about managing risk, Dan said, if a stock doesn't accelerate quickly...
Oh, good point. I completely forgot about the bingo board. He said momentum. He said momentum. Don't forget, when you see things on the bingo board, put it over here. I got too wrapped up in watching the video to remember the bingo. So as we go through, please point out all the bingo spots. There we go. Momentum was mentioned. G2. Let's go.
Quickly out of a basing area. Then I'll sell the stock promptly during that first day. I'll do this.
Okay. So this is a really good point. Something that I wanted to mention, right? A couple of weeks ago, we got a buy signal on the SPY. I think it was on this candle, and we sold out within 2 days. We sold out within 2 days. Now, of course, we can't see the future. We don't have the Nancy Pelosi plan just yet, but we didn't know which direction that was going at this point, but it was more likely to go down because we now started a bearish trend. And this was a very, very, very quick bullish reversal right here. Will it stand? I don't know. And that's okay. We don't have to know. All we have to do is trade with our plan, trade with the data that we see. But here, I remember seeing somebody being really upset because they were like, oh, wow, I can't believe we got a sell signal right after a buy signal. I cannot tell you how great of a situation that is, right? Rather than waiting weeks or months to see if we get a sell signal, getting it within a day or two is exactly what you want. That way you're out of the way. Out of the way. If a stock doesn't work quickly out of that area, I'll sell the stock promptly during that first day. That is a great thing, right? A winning racehorse does not back up into the gate. A winning racehorse does not back up into the gate. If you buy it right, if everything works and it's a effortless type of trade, it should rocket. Now, granted, the word is should here. If it doesn't rocket, you are obligated to get the frick out that trade as fast as possible before it starts to work against you. And most people can't do that. Most people can't do that. All right. Did I miss anything? I see I3 on here. Follow your plan. I don't think he said that, but I'll give it to you because I said it. And then G5, reduce risk. I'll give you that one too. I'll give you that one too. This is not going to be a, hey, we're going to black out everything on purpose type of day, but I'll give you those. But, oh, stocks can only go up, Chris. The stock that I bought only goes up, right? And if it doesn't go up, I'm going to be a long-term investor. Yeah, I don't know. He probably did say let winners run. I'll give you that one too.
This even if I've been in the stock for only 20 minutes, regardless of profit or loss at that time. If a stock isn't moving up sharply right away, then the trade must be wrong.
And there is nothing wrong with being wrong. There's nothing wrong with the stock not working for you. Most people can't do that. I have a slide for this. Hold tight. I know which slide it is exactly, so I should be able to write. Boom! There is no shame in losing money on a stock trade, but to hold on to a loss and let it get bigger and bigger, or even worse, buy more, is amateurish and self-destructive. Okay? Tons of people look at the situation they're in and they're like, oh, I didn't go straight up. That's okay. I'll buy more. I'll double down. I'll do this. I'll do that. When all they got to do is just get out of the way and then look for it to set up again. But, most people don't have plans to know when they're even set up.
Additionally, when asked about selling a more mature position, Dan said, I never use trailing stops, but I will sell a position of strong stocks moving up quickly or for long periods of time. This
interesting. I never use trailing stops, but I will sell a position of strong stocks moving up quickly or for long periods of time. Okay, please explain more.
This would imply the use of mental stop.
Oh, I'll give you this right here. Use a stop loss. He's also talking about mental stop right there. Should fall into this as well.
As opposed to entering a firm stop-loss order into the market. In essence, Dan relies heavily on discretionary decisions when it comes to managing positional risk.
Ooh, I don't love that. I don't love that at all. There should be no discretion in your trading. Granted, I haven't made 2 million% in 2 years, but there should be no discretion in your trading. It should be a binary code type of situation. If this has happened, I do this. If that has happened, I do that. There's nothing else to do in the meantime.
Such an approach requires immense discipline. Let's move on to the specific chart patterns Dan uses to find what he calls explosive stocks. The first chart is from the company Internet Capital Group and shows the trades made by Dan during his world record return. The patterns he often looks for, and recognized in this example, were areas of consolidation. The stock...
Let's draw on this real quick. Because I would guarantee that the 10, which is the blue line, there were probably times where it went below it, and that's okay, was over the 20, which is the black line, and price was over the 50, which is the red line. I can guarantee you that that was the case on all of this right here, which is exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being over any moving average. Because this is the outlier trend template. Your 10 being over the 20, price being over the 50. A trend mathematically must have that happen. You cannot, under any circumstances, no matter what, period, full stop, ever have a big, beautiful trend like this without the moving averages looking like they do. It is not a possibility. B4, consistency and discipline. Fine, I'll give you B4. Jeez Louise, Manny, I saw you spamming the chat over there. Come on now. I'm just joking with you. But yeah, exactly. If this were to happen, and this is why you don't have to learn patterns. If you don't want to learn patterns, you don't have to. But you do need to find some consistent way of finding when a big, beautiful trend is happening.
Was an initial public offering back in August 99, trading at $30 per share. A couple of weeks passed, and Dan noticed a small descending trend line forming. The price soon broke above, and he quickly took a position. Dan sold his position.
I'll give you a breakout. Price swiftly broke above. Oh, we got a bingo already. I knew this was going to be a good day. Is that our first bingo?
Bingo number 1 on the board. This is going to be a very expensive day for Outliers.
Very expensive day for Outlier as a company. A great day for you guys, because if you're going to win the giveaway, you have to put #Outlier in the chat. This is the most, we've got over 500 people watching live right now. This is the biggest bingo show we've ever had, yet only 250 of you have entered. I can't believe. You should double check right now in case your entry didn't go through by putting #Outlier in the chat like Crew Dog did right there. And Ween won last week. Ween was a winner just last week. Stacy, absolutely, she's going to be winning hopefully soon out of Austin. Dude, everybody needs to get out of Austin. I don't like Austin at all. There's Dallas people and Austin people, and I'm not an Austin person. I would get out of Austin too, my friend. Let's keep going.
As soon as the stock lost its upward trajectory. Several weeks later, the stock formed a horizontal trend line, and once again Dan entered at the break. The stock continued its surge before losing its momentum at over $190 per share. Dan saw the shift in momentum and again sold his position. True to form, the stock consolidated again for several weeks into what Dan called a high-level symmetrical triangle. Dan entered a position on the break.
Okay, remember, you don't have to learn these patterns. You don't at all have to learn the patterns, because right there, and this is an example, this is just Chris being really pedantic here, right? If this was a triangle, why wasn't this a triangle? If that was a triangle, why isn't that a triangle? If that's a triangle, why isn't that a triangle? You know what I mean? Like, you can come up with all the reasons and justifications to fit your idea of a pattern. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. I just want to make sure that I'm following the direction of the trend, that I am using my plan. I'm waiting for confirmation. I'm not buying the dip, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not putting all those on the board. Don't get excited.
And sold on the first considerable sign of a change in momentum. These chart patterns were typical examples of the type Dan traded throughout the 2-year period, and when asked how many trades of this type he took, Dan said, "There were so many of them in that 2-year period, it's impossible to remember all of them. It must have been at least 200 trades or more." Another stock Dan bought over the same period was an internet company called Ask Jeeves. Dan described...
I remember Ash Jeeves. Do you remember Ash Jeeves? We talked about this earlier. 90.9% of our YouTube audience is men, and basically 90% is over age 35. So Put a J in the chat if you remember Ash Jeeves. Put a J in the chat. Rick, one of our Bravo students, says, sounds like he should have said N5 journal trades. Oh, because he forgot. I agree. You know, that is something that we learn and teach in Outlier University.
Are you ready? Let's go!
Respect is earned. Respect is never given.
That's right. Outlier University is happening right now on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoons. We go live. You can be a part of that by joining in at outlier.com. It's only 82 cents a day. But on the live streams, we have a group of 9 individuals in class, and all of our outliers can watch the live stream, ask questions, and learn together. Now, this will live on YouTube for free forever. The replay will. And because of that, we want you to be successful, right? People charge $12,000 a quarter for even less than what we give away, 100% for free with no strings attached on YouTube forever. The reason why is we want you to be successful. And when you become a successful trader, you can become an outlier, right? And that is what we're trying to do for you, is we want you to be successful. We want to trade with you. We're not trying to make money from you, if that makes sense, right? We're trying to make money with you, not make money from you. That's where I was going there. So the deal here is that you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, head over to outlier.com, get the annual pass, for just 82 cents a day. But in the meantime, 50% of you are going to listen. You're not gonna do anything about it. It's going to go through one ear and out the other. And then you're going to be like, this guy, whatever. 25% of you are going to listen. You're going to implement, but you're not going to pay attention, and you're going to end up doing something wrong. And then you're going to come back and you're going to say, Chris made me sell my SoFi shares, right? Nobody wants that. Everybody wants to be successful. And the 25% who are paying attention, taking notes, and creating generational wealth will be successful in the market. Now, there's nothing that I can promise you other than the fact that I'm going to give you everything that I've learned in 16 years of trading that has made me at least $4 in the market. So I want you to be successful as well. And that is why we're doing Outlier University. Let's continue on here.
To this setup as a very bullish flag pattern, commonly known as a bull flag, and is unsurprisingly described as such due to its resemblance to a flag. In this example, Dan saw a consolidation in price over a 7-day period, followed by a surge through the resistance line. He bought shortly after the break and watched carefully for obvious signs of a trend reversal. The price continued its upward trajectory and tripled in price to approximately $190 per share. The price eventually lost all its momentum.
Okay, so let's see what we can learn about this, right? So he's buying it while it's already in an uptrend. Already in an uptrend. Not when he's like, oh, hang on. Not when it's like AMD. And it was crashing down for months. YouTubers saying, oh, you got to buy it. You got to buy the dip, right? Because he didn't want to wait. He didn't want to wait 6 months for it to come back. He didn't want to wait 8 months for it to finally find its bottom and then start trending up. He was buying it on its way up. On its way up already. Okay. Now, at this point here, he has his own technique for waiting for a pullback, right? I guess you could say something like this on AMD's chart right here. Let me circle it. Maybe something like this area, and then buying it right there. And you know what? If that worked for him and that's part of his plan, by all means, follow your plan. And then it rocket shipped even higher, just like AMD did right here. Okay. And then at the top, it's going to lose momentum. All the moving averages are going to start crossing over. And this is your stage 1. Let me take that off. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then potentially had a stage 4 over here on the right-hand side. And somebody mentioned this in the chat earlier. Chris, you believe in the market cycle pattern? I do, because it's real. I do, because it's real. It really exists. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Okay. I can't confirm or deny triangles, bull flags, pennants, upside down staircase cheesecakes. I can't confirm or deny anything like that, but I can definitely say the market cycle is real, and I could point to dozens of different examples over and over and over. Right? That's a lot easier to spot than things like this to me.
And Dan sold his entire position. Bullish flags like this are known to be one of the most reliable continuation patterns available.
And why? Because it's already in an uptrend, right? Your 10's over the 20, price is over the 50 already. So it's already trending higher. You don't have to learn this pattern, okay? I don't want you to over concentrate on this. You don't have to.
To get a better...
Wait a minute. Who just said market cycle? Did I say market cycle? I did say market cycle. I'll give you market cycle. We don't have another bingo yet, though. Not yet. We're getting closer.
understanding of Dan's trading strategy, we look at 9 of his golden trading rules. The first rule is to ensure the stock has a well-formed base or pattern, such as the examples we just covered. Next, having established the trend or resistance line, enter a position after the price has broken the line, but do not pay more than 5% above the breakout.
Okay, so already in an uptrend, some sort of consolidation here were his rules. And then finding that breakout point right above, let's go back to AMD. Where's that circle? Right above. So I don't know if this would have counted for him, but I'm just guessing here. Finding that pullback and then buying it within 5% of right above. So maybe that would have been an entry signal for him, or maybe even this right here, right? But the point is that we're looking for higher highs. At no point in time is he saying, oh, you know what? I want to buy this stock as it's crashing down. No. He is buying stocks as they're crashing up. Buying stocks as they're crashing up. Hang on a second. LC Bridiker says, speaking of cheesecakes, I was not on the live stream the other day when you asked the best cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. The original plain cheesecake is best. We had Cheesecake Factory just last week. It's been a hot minute since I've been over there. But speaking of Cheesecake Factory, you want to see a stage 4 downtrend? This, my friends, is what a stage 4 downtrend looks like. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Whoo-wee. Yeah, they need to sell a hell of a lot more cheesecakes. Yes, says Scarvigarbigans. Yes.
Be quick to sell the stock should the price drop below the breakout point, which Dan alludes to being a 5 to 7% stop loss. Fourth, as the stock
We already got stop loss on here.
rises, sell between 20 to 30% of a position once the stock has climbed between 15 to 20% from the breakout.
Now, here's a cool thing. You can't do this with stock, but you could roll your options. Okay. So for example, if you had bought, we'll go to Cheesecake Factory right here. If you had bought Cheesecake Factory on its way up, you don't have to sell 20 to 30%. You can roll your options. And when you roll your options, you're keeping the same delta as you did originally. You're taking partial profits on the way up. You can do anything you want with those partial profits. You can go fund your Santa Claus expense with that if you wanted to, and you can let the trade run as far as it can, and you basically get keep the trade alive, and you get to take partial profits all the way up. You're reducing risk in the trade all the way up. It's one of the greatest ninja hacks ever. If you have traded this, put ninja in the chat if you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Number 5, hold the stocks which continue to rise and sell those that lose momentum or begin to turn down.
Sell the stocks that continue to rise and hold the stocks that continue to rise and sell the ones that are going down. All right, what am I going to give you? I will definitely give you follow the trend. I saw Mikey the Yank. I saw you, Mikey the Yank. I'll give you that. Because Mikey the Yank wants us to follow the trend, baby. Let's go. Oh,
Another bingo, 2 bingos on the board, bingo.
There we go.
Dan adds, remember stocks are only good when they are moving up.
No, really? Did he say what I think he said? I'm not ignoring you, Mikey the Yank. Mikey the Yank. Who knows what I'm thinking right now? Remember, stocks are only good when they're moving up. What are we writing on my tombstone? On my giant tombstone that'll be where everybody can come and visit me after I'm long gone. What am I going to write on my tombstone? You guys know this. All stocks are bad. All stocks are bad, but every once in a while they act right. All stocks are bad, exactly. All stocks are bad except for SoFi. All stocks are bad. And this is not my words. Mr. Dan Zanger wrote it right here. Remember, stocks are only good when they're moving up, which is the same thing. Here lies Batman. Yes, that's exactly what it needs to say on my tombstone. Here lies Batman. All stocks are bad, but only every once in a while do they act right.
6. Keep an eye on strong industry groups, and where possible, try to make your
Okay, that's strong breath right there. Strong industry groups is exactly strong breath. Ooh, we're getting close to another bingo. That is exactly precisely what this means right here.
selections from within these groups. 7. Look for reversal patterns to exit your positions. Dan recommends the candlestick patterns, which Bulkowski provided in-depth research on.
I don't do candlestick patterns. You may, if that's what you want in your plan, but it certainly sounds like that would be an exit signal.
Oh my goodness. We are on 3 bingos. We got 1, we got 2, we got 3. This is going to be an expensive day. Let's go, baby.
So many bingos. So many bingos. He was a professional YouTuber. I know a guy like that, a random guy. What's up, Michael Boss, the Ross, or Michael Ross, the boss?
Is a good starting point. 8. Volume is highly important to the success or failure of your trading decisions. Look for healthy volume at the point of breakout. And finally, Dan says, never go on margin until you have mastered the market, charts, and your emotions. Margin can wipe you out. Dan's Zanger.
A huge announcement just came through. Huge announcement just came through. The Christmas merch is in the shop. The Christmas merch is in the shop. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, look at this hoodie. This hoodie's a good one. Oh, man. Look at that. Christmas merch is in the shop. Let's go. I'm excited about that. I will definitely be ordering some of this today. Look at this Outlier shirt. Under Armour shirt, by the way. The good ones. Very exciting. The holiday merch, which will only be available until January 1st, has hit the Outlier shop. Has hit the Outlier shop.
A report can be accessed in the link below through a 2-week free trial, and we can see here a list of some of his recommendations offered in the report from 2019. For those looking to dig deeper into his strategy, you can check the ticker and date of selection to look at the setups in more detail. From this list, we can see his average return from each selection was 52%, and his average holding time was 4.92 weeks. The selections are obviously cherry-picked as examples, but it can give you a better idea of what to expect from some of the better performing stocks.
That's crazy. Average return, 52%. Good gravy. That also includes his losers, by the way. Holding time of, well, let's call it 25-ish days, right? That's amazing. Amazing. Rouge just sent me the new Wheel of Fortune list over here. Oh, I'm excited.
Dan summarized his concept best when he said, trading for me is all about volume and price action. I buy on pattern breakouts when volume is rising, and as long as price is responding well to increasing volume, I stay on board. But when either price or volume stops rising, it's time to get out. Let's look at the other chart patterns Dan uses and reveal the obvious commonalities between each. First, we have the flat base pattern, a consolidation, and a break above resistance with increasing volume. Next, an ascending triangle pattern, a contraction in volatility, and a break above resistance with increasing volume. Finally, a symmetrical triangle, a contraction in volatility, and a break above resistance with increasing volume. These are just some examples of the many chart patterns Dan trades, but they all have the same traits: consolidation, volume increases, lines of resistance, and a breakout of resistance.
Okay, just making sure I didn't miss anything on here. Okay.
In summary, Dan created immense wealth by adopting breakout strategies at a time when the tech industry was exploding at an extraordinary rate. Luck? Genius? Or a combination of both? I'll let you decide.
There is a tiny bit of luck that comes in the market, and I'll give you that. Like, for example, when Outlier has 100 buy signals in a single day, right? You can't take all 100 signals. I mean, it would be a very, very long day of placing trades to take 100 signals. So let's say that you only took 5, right? In that group, there's going to be some that are huge winners. There's going to be some that are small winners. There's going to be some that are break even. There's going to be some that are small losers, and you should never, ever, ever have a big loser. But we don't know which of those 5 it would be. So that, I say, would be probably the only part of luck that comes through. But then again, as long as you have a plan that's back tested, has all the data behind it, you should be able to just be successful, right? Be successful. Rob Mordini says, Rob Mordini. Robin? I'm Batman. He's Robin. Robin Dini says, I learn more for 82 cents a day than Harvard students learn for $100,000 a year protesting. Robin Dini. I love it, Robin. So I believe I'll give you one more bingo square. That's it. One more bingo square. Do any more bingo squares get us an automatic bingo? The Trump square does, but he didn't say anything about Trump. I'll give you one more bingo square. I don't think any more single bingo squares get us that though. So maybe I'll give you two. Maybe I'll give you mind. Oh, no. Mindset. There we go. Mindset. Boom. That is another
bingo.
I'm sorry I missed it, Nate, but here we go, baby. Awesome. Here we go. We are good to go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 bingos on the board today. So now that means we get to give away some new holiday merch, baby. New holiday merch. Let's go. I'm very excited about that. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make a new Wheel of Fortune real quick, right quick, using the list that Rouge just sent over to me. All of this is only available as prizes for 2 weeks, 2 weeks only. And then it will be in the store until the end of the month. And then at the end of that month, where's my new wheel? I need a new wheel. Where's the new wheel? Yeah, I don't want to break this wheel. At the end of the month, they will go down forever and you'll never see them again. Okay, I don't want to break the wheel. Oh, I guess I'll just put it in the merch wheel. That's fine. We can always put it back in. All right. Now, check it out. Check it out. We got big wheels on here. So let's give away 4 giveaways. First winner of the day is Devin Morrow. Congratulations, Devon, Mr. Morrow, Devin Morrow. Let's see what kind of holiday merch the Devin has won. Master AI filmmaking in hours. How about we just give away some fun stuff instead? Oh, you didn't lose yet, Mikey the Yank. Let's see. Outlier Holiday 2025 Special Edition Travel Mug. All right. So Devin gets the holiday travel mug. All right. So I'm sending this to April. For all of our winners, to claim your prize, just email over into support@outlier.com. April and Cheryl, we have a new member on the team. April and Cheryl will send that over to you right away. So let's go see what this holiday travel mug looks like. Oh, there it is right there. There it is. Holiday travel mug. Let's go, baby. Holiday travel mug for Devin Morrow. How exciting is that? All right, let's pick another winner. Number 2. Winner number 2. Let's see who winner number 2 is. Michael Rothman, MD. Michael Rothman, MD. Oh, we got a doctor in the house. Is there a doctor in the house? Well, there's a Michael Rothman, Hang on. How bad can I butcher this? I love this part. Okay. Michael Rothman, MD. Michael Roth, AMD. That's it. Michael Roth, AMD. There you go. Michael Roth, AMD. Let's see what Michael Roth, AMD has won. Let's see what Michael Roth, AMD has won with the spin over here. Holiday merch, 2 weeks only. 2 weeks only. Let's see. A special holiday water bottle. Let's see. Holiday water bottle. So just so you guys know, I'm emailing April and Cheryl so they'll know to expect your emails. Let's see what that holiday water bottle. There it is right there. Holiday water bottle. I think that's metal too. Is that metal? Yeah, that doesn't look like a plastic one. That's like a nice thermos type one. Outstanding. Congratulations to you. Mikey the Yank says, I'm a doctor at losing bingo. Mike Hale Roth AMD. Let's go. Let's see another winner on here. Let's see another winner on here. Number three. Nagebert. Congratulations, Nagebert. Here we go, Nagebert. Oh, I don't know why I was writing on it. Nagebert, congratulations. Nagebert has won. Let's see what Nagebert has won. The Wheel of Fortune over here. Oh, I gotta make it bigger. Let's see what Nagebert's won. Nagebert. A shirt big. A holiday shirt big. Let's see the holiday shirt big. That's this one here. Holiday shirt big. It's not big on size, it's big on logo. Holiday shirt big. I'll probably be ordering one of those. So Nagebert and I can match. Holiday shirt big. Outstanding, Nagebert. And for our final bingo winner of the day. Final winner of the day is John Fulton. John Fulton, congratulations to you, John Fulton. You are our final winner of the day, John Fulton. John Fulton has won. Let's see what John Fulton's won. Let's see what John Fulton's won. A shirt small. A shirt small. Holiday shirt small. Outstanding, John Fulton. And let's go look at what that holiday shirt small looks like. It's this one right here. It's the same logo, just small. Who would have thought? So congratulations to Devin Morrow, Michael Roth, AMD, Nagebert, and John Fulton. Congratulations to you guys. Let me put bingo winners in the chat. Email this over to April and Cheryl. And again, to claim your prize, just email in at support@outlier.com. April and Cheryl are going to be looking for you. And listen, if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, click one of these two videos and have a fantastic day. We'll talk soon.